Joseph did not end up in prison because he failed God. He ended up there because he obeyed him. He trusted. He stayed faithful. He did the right thing. And his life still fell apart. If you've ever wondered why obedience hasn't made life easier, why faith hasn't spared you from pain, this story will feel uncomfortably familiar. Joseph was young when God gave him dreams. Not passing thoughts. Not imagination. Dreams that stayed with him when he woke up. Dreams that made his heart race. In them, Joseph saw himself standing tall, his life carrying weight and meaning. But dreams can feel confusing when you're young. They don't come with instructions. They don't explain timing. Joseph didn't know when. He didn't know how. He only knew what God had shown him. And so he spoke. He told his brothers, not with arrogance, but with honesty. But what felt like calling to Joseph felt like threat to them. Sometimes the very thing God places inside you creates distance between you and the people you love. Egypt was unfamiliar. Different language, different customs, different future. Joseph was no longer someone's son. He was property, and yet he didn't abandon his faith. He worked. He served. He stayed faithful in a place that didn't feel like purpose. And God was with him. But here's the part we often misunderstand. God's presence does not always remove hardship. Sometimes it sustains you inside it. Joseph rose in Potiphar's house, not because life was easy, but because God was shaping him quietly. Potiphar's wife noticed Joseph. And when Joseph refused her advances, his integrity cost him everything. He was accused falsely. No one listened. No one defended him. Joseph didn't just lose his position. He lost his reputation. If you've ever felt punished for doing the right thing, if obedience seemed to make life harder, Joseph understands. Faithfulness does not always protect you from pain. Sometimes it leads you straight into it. Prison wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. Days blended together. The same walls. The same routine. Joseph helped others. Interpreted dreams. Spoke hope into their darkness. And then they forgot him. Not forgotten by strangers. Forgotten by people he helped. Some waiting seasons aren't loud or emotional. They are slow. They test whether you'll keep believing. When nothing seems to be happening, Joseph's story stops being history here. Because this is where you recognize yourself. You didn't plan this delay. You didn't expect this season. You thought life would look different by now. And yet, you're still waiting. Joseph wasn't being punished. He was being prepared. God was shaping his character before changing his circumstances. If Joseph had reached power too early, it would have destroyed him. Waiting doesn't mean you're forgotten. It means you're being formed. The delay isn't denial. The silence isn't absence. God often does his deepest work in the quiet seasons. One day, Joseph was called. Years of silence ended in a moment. Joseph was ready, not because time passed, but because growth happened. Nothing was wasted. Not the betrayal. Not the prison. Not the waiting. If life feels unfair right now, if waiting has worn you down, lean here for a bit. You don't need answers yet. You don't need to rush. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are still in the story.